right, welcome back, welcome back. Well, we just had a little preamble with Sister Devi, her telling you more about who she is, and we're going to go into the details of that, as well as the Red Chariot Foundation, this truly extraordinary organization that's doing work here in Trinidad. And you will get an opportunity to talk to her. You don't have to give your name or anything of the sort, right? Can you explain this to me, if you can?
All right. No name and no date of birth. What I need is just for you to have an open energy, a believing energy.
Right.
Because if you close off that energy and you're just calling to test me, then you're not wasting my time, you're wasting your own.
Yeah.
So that's it. Just call in and ask if you want to find out how your loved one is doing. Just tell me if it's a father or a son, and I'll be able to pick it up, or a child, whatever, mother,
Right.
whatever.
You'll get that opportunity, of course, to call in later on in about 15 to 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes time. But I just want to find out more about you and what you do. We started off by saying that you were born with this gift. Mm-hmm. It must have been extremely difficult. It must have been traumatic for you as a child.
It was very, because nobody believed me. Every time my father took us to the beach, I would make a Shiva Lingam, and somebody will come and kick it down, which is normal. But growing up, when I said, I could see, certain things, I could see far away, people looked at me and said, you are really crazy, and it was really weird. But I guess a couple of years, about 20 years ago, I decided, let me try and see where this is going to lead to, what is going to happen. And so I started doing readings, but I used to practice on my children.
What sort of readings?
Like readings over the phone. My friends would come over and I would say, well, I know this and I know that. And my sister, I would call her in Trinidad because I was living abroad in New York, and I would call and tell her what clothes she had on, what her child would look like or her children would look like, and tell her what she was cooking. I can also taste from far away, smell, hear from, so these are things that are spoken of on Patanjali's yoga. They are also known as siddhis. So it's like clairvoyant, clairaudience, clairvoyant meaning to see, and clairaudience to hear. So it was very difficult at first. And nobody at work could understand me. They said, you're strange. I always look to go to church at St. Patrick's Church in the city, or just sitting, just looking at Mother Mary and Lord Jesus and saying, what's going on, please? I used to go to church looking for answers. I went to temples in the U.S. looking for answers. I even went to the mosque. I used to go stand up right outside the mosque on 127th Street on Liberty Avenue and just pulling that energy in.
Tell me a little bit more about your life. You were living in the United States, mm-hmm. and you were working and operating there.
Yes.
Just go into a little bit about that, about your life.
My life, I went through a lot of hardships. I'm also a divorcee. I have 2 children. They're actually musicians mm-hmm. and singers, and they are well known in the music industry. And they support me 100%. I had to leave them behind to come to Trinidad to do this because, as I said, I tried to run away from doing it. I never wanted it. I always said, God, find somebody else who's more deserving. I don't think I'm deserving enough to serve you. I'm not good enough to serve you. Mm-hmm. And I went through a lot of hardships. I know what starvation is all about, homelessness. I've been through a lot of stuff in my life. And now it's like coming back to Trinidad and starting this charity, because like I said, when coming back to Trinidad, I was just doing readings and readings and readings. I used to go to the radio, different radio programs, and just give my knowledge for free. And it is free. Once God gives you something for free, you have to pass it on for free. Otherwise, the punishment will be on me. And
of course, you take from people. I mean,
absolutely.
In the sense that people must give in order to, especially for the kind of work that you're doing. You're a philanthropic organization, and
absolutely,
and the kind of work that you're doing. But getting married and having children and that sort of thing, that's the norm for every human being.
Yes.
But for someone like you,
it was difficult because the children's father could not. I was only married for about 5 years. Yes. He could not understand me. He was eating meat and stuff, and I just couldn't smell that meat. When I was pregnant with my son, Joey, I couldn't smell. Standing up by the subway and the bus, I used to know things. I even knew what this child would look like before he was born. And when I said to people, I know I'm having a son, and I know what he's going to look like and what he's going to be when he grows up, they all said, you're strange. Nobody believed me.
Are you able to look into people's future? I know people go to pundits and they go to different people and they would have a reading,
Yes.
a patra reading, which looks into their future and looks into their existence. Is that sort of thing accurate? Is that something that...
Oh yes, the patra reading, absolutely. I don't have a patra, I don't read it physically, but what I do is I go into the Akashic Records, which is somewhat like the patra. Once you give your date of birth and your time of birth for the pundits, it's absolutely accurate, because how can you explain like the planets are affecting someone or Shani and so on. But for me personally, I read the Akashic Records. There's a planet called, Akash means space.
Right.
So there's this place with all the records of your previous births. They said that each soul goes through 84 births.
Yes.
And so everything is stored in those charts. So I can see the past.
So you can track a person's life.
Absolutely, yeah.
Are the souls that you see and that you feel and that you sense, are some of them violent souls? Are some of them violent? Are some of them calm, good people? Are you able to distinguish them just the same way we distinguish people's personalities?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's say a soul, a murderer, and that murderer comes through. It'll be very angry. In fact, it might not even get rest. It might not be able to go into that light. Whereas soul, like a simple human, so like a sadhu or swami, it's very easy to move into that consciousness. Very easy to go beyond that. So it's depending on the type of soul or the type of person they were when they were alive, that's how they will come true.
Now, if you're looking at a person, normally, like if you walk up to a person and you were to meet them and say, okay, you're standing in front of this person, are you able to tell things about the person?
Yes, I could, but usually I don't meddle without their permission. I think it's unfair and it's an invasion of privacy, because if you can read, I don't want you coming up to me and say, I know this about you and I know that without my permission. That will rub me the wrong way about you, not so?
Yeah.
Right. So I don't like that. I don't do that unless it's an emergency.
Let me ask you about me then.
Okay.
Put me on the spot.
Okay, what do you want to know about you?
No, just look at me. What do you see?
Very kind-hearted, very, very giving person, very loving. You came from a very good background in terms of spirituality, not just a religious background, and you do believe in a lot of spiritual. You have the spiritual awareness. You also suffer from some back pain. Sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. That's very spooky.
That's the tip of it.
But you have this way about you that you are willing, you have your hands open and you're willing to do more meditation. You want to learn more about spirituality. You know there is more to life, but you don't know how to get to it. Sometimes you feel like you know things as well. And you can also look at a person and know if they're telling the truth or if they're not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true. Yeah.
Yes, so you also have that ability. In fact, all of us were born with these spiritual abilities.
It's just a matter of tapping into it, is
Absolutely,
it? Yeah.
yes.
I'm going to talk a little bit more to you in a moment, but I want to go to, it's Anil?
Anil, that's
yes,
correct.
Anil. Red Chariot Foundation. Tell me a little bit more about the Red Chariot Foundation.
We're a non-profit organization. We were formed back in September 2011. 4 core members formed the organization. Prior to September 2011, we were doing charity, but we were just doing it as normal private citizens. And in September 2011, we came together. We said, listen, we're going to call ourselves Red Chariot Foundation. What we basically do is that we go into the different communities, we identify the needy people, and we try to give whatever assistance we could. Usually it's in the form of food and clothing. We collect baby items and baby stuff, and we also give that out as well.
Right.
So,
we're showing some of the images here.
Yes, so we have hit quite a lot of locations in Trinidad, from Turku to Cedras and all the way in between. We are really in the middle of our April fruit drive. This weekend we will be going to Komodo and California.
Right.
You right? Last weekend we were in Sandy Grande in all that rain, but we did it.
How are you able to do all of this? Clearly, you've got to get your resources from somewhere.
Well, Sister Devi does readings on the phone privately, and we ask for a donation of $121. When that is done, we use...
121?
Yes.
It's
Why
always-
121?
Go
Well,
ahead.
okay. Do you know when you're having a Ramayana, it's always either a 1 night, 3 night, 5 night, 7 night, or
Yeah.
9 night? Well, it's always an odd number. You always go with an odd number for that spiritual awareness and that awakening.
Really?
And well, you never knew that.
No.
So think about it. Always an odd number. So your favorite number might be number 7
Okay.
or number 11. It's always Always go with an odd number
Okay.
when you're taking stuff to do spiritual work.
So we ask people for a
The
donation.
That helps to offset the cost, but it's not enough.
Yeah.
So we write to companies. We have a lot of private individuals, a lot of families that support us as well. So we have a widespread, network.
Where are you based?
We are centrally based. We operate from our homes because we believe in whatever resources we get, whether it's financial or otherwise, to give it back to the communities. So we don't want to deviate from that main goal that we have. So we operate primarily from our homes. We package everything. We buy food in bulk, and we bag it out ourselves in 1 pound and 2 pound bags.
Right.
So it's very intensive, but we believe that's the best way to use the resources effectively. We buy in bulk to get discounts. We buy 100 pound rice, 100 pound dal, and we sit down and we bag it out and we put our hampers together and we distribute.
Your foundation is actually driven by the philosophy of Pawana Put,
That's
Lord
correct.
Hanuman.
That's correct.
You do nothing without Lord Hanuman.
That's correct.
That's correct, because it was like a vision. With the Red Chariot, we were deciding on a name, and Lord Hanuman appeared before me. And that's another thing that I get a lot of the gods appearing, the deities appearing, and Lord Hanuman appeared smiling. And, he's also the one on the chariot, the Bhagavad Gita. Lord Hanuman is also that one. So without Hanumanji, nothing can be done. He is the power behind everything. And as I was saying to somebody last week, if God has to take the form, and they say Trini, God is a Trini, and if he has to take the form, that will be Hanumanji, because he holds up that mountain.
Yes.
And if you think about it, Trinidad, they are always getting away from all the negative stuff.
Yeah.
We are always so fortunate, and I believe it's Hanumanji. So that's why we chose Hanuman Baba.
Do the deities do exist? Are these things that we...
Yes.
I mean, there are those who seriously question even their existence.
Well, I think a lot of Hindus question it because they go in front of a deity and they just do their arati, but they don't realize that the deities reside, the gods reside inside of those murtis, and that is an energy or vibration. And sometimes the gods even appear in front of them. In fact, Lord Shiva, appeared in front of you before, but you don't know that. You don't see or vision that, but you feel something. Sometimes you have this energy, something happens to you, but you don't know what when you're praying.
Yes.
And yes, the deities absolutely appears.
Yeah. Coming back to you, Anil.
Yes.
How can you be contacted for people who want to donate to
We
what
have
you're
a couple different. My personal number, which is public now, is 376-3930.
Can I put it up on the screen, Giles? 376-3930. That's 376-3930.
We also
Is that
have-
the only number?
No, we have 765-5388.
765-5388. That's 765-5388.
You could also find us on Red Chariot Foundation on Facebook. That's
Right.
our page. It's a public page, so it's open to everyone.
And of course, people could call in. And,
They can call in, they can leave messages, and it's completely open and
but
transparent.
you deal with people who are impoverished, people who are disenfranchised.
Yes. We go and we see the conditions, and there's a lot of poverty in Trinidad and Tobago. Once you take the time, like every weekend, we would go out and actively seek what's going on,
Yeah.
and we interview the families, and we have people in the communities also helping us. And this is what we try to identify the most neediest, and we assist them in whatever way we could. And we do have quite a lot of support. Sandy Grande last weekend was a great success, and all that rain. People were actually surprised that we were handing out food in the rain.
Yeah.
But we felt so happy doing it because they needed it,
Why is charity important? Why is charity important to the individual?
I think for me personally, it helps me to connect with a higher purpose. My personal experience is that that's my form of meditation. That's my form of prayers. I don't necessarily get up like Sister Devi every morning at 4 a.m. to meditate. But when I get up in the morning, I don't think about work. I think about, okay, what do I need to do for Red Chariot today? And that gives me a sense of fulfillment. So from a personal standpoint, charity allows us to connect with our higher purpose and our higher goal in life.
You've got something coming up, I believe, a food drive that's coming up on May the 4th. Am I correct?
That's correct.
Yeah.
We are going to Komodo this weekend,
Right.
and California.
On Sunday.
Yes, on Sunday we are going to California, and after that we're going to go to Spring Village and Rural Caro. So we have started this since April 21st. We have been to Felicity and Vancouver. And every weekend from April 21st to the middle of May, we're going to different areas. So that's the food drive.
All right, good. Well, I'll continue to promote it here
Definitely.
and whatever you're doing so that we can ask people to continue to donate
Sure,
and
sure.
contribute to what they're doing. I know that much of our viewers out there are going to be anxious to hear and talk to you, Sister Devi.
Yes, but before we go into that, I wanted to thank a couple of people, the Indian Women's Group of Trinidad and Tobago.
Right. Is
Rash-
that Dr. Caroline Singh?
That's
correct.
Dr. Caroline
They
Singh. Yes, she was
donate-
on the show, actually.
Okay, very well.
Yeah.
Yes.
very.
She's a real sight for sore eyes. I tell you.
Well,
the first day I saw her, she's actually related to the vice chairman of our organization here, Caroline.
We got $4,000 worth of food vouchers
Yeah.
from the Indian Women Group, and that was a great help in funding our food drive because we want to go to 7 locations.
Yeah.
And yes, we have had other donations from other groups, but they really pulled through for us in last minute.
Yeah, well, she's one of those individuals with a very, very positive aura.
Definitely.
Oh, very much.
Whenever you meet her, I tell you, she's actually one of my favorite people now.
We as well. So
And we're gonna. Oh, by the way, Giles, our last interview is only just about 10 minutes, so we can take it up to 10 minutes before you. A lot of people want to get in and talk to you, but you wanted to continue thanking.
Yes,
Yeah. So
also.
the Indian Women's Organization. I just went off on a tangent there on Caroline Singh.
Well, Brother Anil,
Yeah.
and also Rashid Mohammed, Harun Ali, Baby Balkaran, Arti, and
Laura.
and
This is
Gina.
Arti Terbeni.
yes,
Yes,
Naila Hussein.
Naila Hussein, Tracy or Anastasia Ali and her family in Kuva. And so Sassy Ramuta, she's also a big part of our organization. Dr. Chris Gyan and his future wife, Chantel.
Right.
So many people, so many people that we have to thank because without them we cannot do any of this. We really, it's difficult,
We can get public participation, and I mean a wider public participation through the fact that we're rolling all of this out in media.
Yes.
Yes.
Mass media, of course, and of
Yes.
course the new media
Yes.
is certainly the way to go to get more people to make greater contacts with
Yes.
people.
Oh, absolutely. And you meet so many great people, they come out and we invite people. You are welcome to come with us and see what we are doing because, you know, the best thing about charity is when somebody, especially a child, says to you and look you in the eye and say, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know who you are and what you're about, but just giving a kid a treat bag, and that's something we also do. Treat bags, hampers, and like a soft drink or something for the kids.
Yeah.
It's great,
Well, sister, we have some people who are standing by to talk to you right now. And so we're going to do that. And this is for members of the public, Sister Devi. This is part of the Red Chariot Foundation's opportunity of reaching out to people. And Sister Devi would perform a service there that requires some level of reciprocity on your part so that the foundation can continue its work around the country in feeding poor people and feeding the disenfranchised, as I said, the people who have been dispossessed, who just simply have never had the start in life, and those who would have cracked even at the seams. Organizations like this assist these individuals. So, sister, are you ready
Of course, I
for
am.
our public? And we don't want your name.
No name, no date of birth, just one question, or what you want to know about a loved one who crossed over, or you want to know about yourself. Just be specific, about your health or so on.
All right, let's talk to this person. Hello and good morning. Hello. All right, let's talk to this person. Hello and good morning. Hello, good morning.
Yes. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
I just
Ma'am.
want to know about myself.
All right, hold on, please. Yes, ma'am. You need to lower the volume on your TV. I keep saying this. Mute your TV. Can you mute your TV, please?
I think this.
All right. We're wasting time, Giles. All right, so let's take this other caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, morning.
Sitaram, Sister Devi.
Jai Sitaram.
Could you tell me about my health, please?
Okay, sometimes you have a problem breathing. You have to be careful, or you have short breath or asthma. Yeah? You have to be very, very careful with that. You need like a humidifier in your house, or if you don't or you cannot afford one, and this goes for everybody, just with a hot some water, put some Vicks in it, put a towel over your head, and breathe. You have to also be careful of stomach problems as well.
Yeah.
Right? Are you suffering from anything with the stomach right now?
Yes.
Yeah, so you have to really be careful. Okay, I know I'm looking at Hans and he's a little bit surprised.
Yeah.
Okay, but you're okay. Other than that, you have to also watch for high blood pressure.
I suffer with high blood pressure.
Okay.
You'll be fine. I think you worry a little too much. You take on other people's problems.
True.
Well, why?
You see, sometimes I try to help people, and when they know they don't listen or something,
Girl, nobody listens. Nobody listens. You have to take
put
care
out
of
my best,
you.
and I know it don't always work out that way.
But you cry a little too much also. You take it on so personal and it's affecting your soul. And you
Yes,
have to
that is-
let go of that. You cannot change other people. You have to really change yourself.
Thank you.
Doesn't that make sense?
Yeah.
And you're such a sweetheart and nobody sees you like that. They see you as a nagging woman, not so?
True.
Well,
The director is actually requesting. Sorry, I didn't
Go
mean
right
to disturb
ahead.
it.
No,
I
go
didn't
right.
mean to. Are you completed, ma'am? So we can take
Yes,
some more calls.
thank you.
but you can call Brother Anil to make an appointment, but you're fine. Don't worry.
Okay, sit down.
Jai Sitaram.
All right. The director is actually saying close the door, lock the door, lock the building. Yeah. Let's take this other caller. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hi.
Good morning.
Yes. Hi. Good
Hello,
morning.
good morning. I'd like to know about my health, please.
And of course, I just want to remind people as you're discussing health that you can communicate
With
with
the
a
dead.
lost loved one
Yeah.
as well. All right?
Yeah.
Go ahead, ma'am. Sorry about that, but I just needed to make that point. Go ahead.
Okay, your health, it's okay. You have a lot of waist pain. You have around the lower back. You have to really be careful of that. Sometimes when you're getting off the bed, you're very tired on mornings.
Yes.
The energy at your house is heavy. Sometimes
Okay.
you think too much. Do you suffer from headaches?
Sometimes.
Yeah. You need to do some breathing, simple breathing exercises. Simple,
Okay.
very, very simple. But you also worry a little too much. Your mind doesn't seem to be calm. You know, you're always thinking of other things and so much to do, so little time to do it.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yes.
So you have to relax and take time out for yourself as well, especially
Okay.
on mornings. And when you're getting off your bed, you don't have to say, oh God, it's another day.
Oh, okay,
You start your day being depressed.
Uh-huh.
But you're such a kind-hearted person. You are very loving. And when if somebody looks at you, they see a kind person or a sweetheart.
Okay.
You always have this smile. You always, like, to greet people, you always have a beautiful smile.
Are you considered to be a kind person, by the way?
Yes.
Oh, you are. All right.
Yes, I am.
Okay, Jai Sitaram.
Sitaram.
You know,
All right.
brother, anybody can call in. You don't have to be a Hindu. You can be a Muslim or Christian, you know. Because as
I
I
realize
said,
that you got some Muslims who contribute as well.
oh,
to the
absolutely.
organization.
Yes. Brother Harun, he's a Muslim and he helps us out a lot. In fact, we met with Mr. Mohammed who took us around Miss Annie Grandi. He also assisted us.
And you know, truly, one of the great tenets of Islam is charity.
Correct.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's something that Islam is truly founded on. Let's take this other caller. Hello, good morning.
Hi, Sitaram.
Jai Sitaram.
Sitaram.
I would like to know about my health, please.
Do you cough a lot or do you have short breath as well?
Yes, I cough and I have short breath.
Oh my. You have to see a doctor because there's something going on with your lungs. Don't take it for granted. You really need to get help. Okay, are you on any medication?
Yes.
Okay, because sometimes a medication, the one that you're taking, can have an effect on other parts of the body, right?
Okay.
So you might, because I'm picking up Allegra. You might be taking Allegra, or I'm picking up Allegra.
Okay, what about the heart? You can tell me something about the heart?
Yeah, you have palpitations. Sometimes the heart beats very quickly.
Yes.
And you get
very, very
tired.
quickly.
Yeah, are you suffering from thyroid?
I
Thyroid
never,
problem.
I never really get it as yet. I never checked to see if I have it.
You need to check that, and you also need to check your blood because of diabetes and so on. But I feel like you're getting it's tiring for you, and your health is going down, and you feel like it's also going down very quickly.
Yes.
Yeah, but you gotta take care of yourself. You're gonna have to take better care of yourself. All right, Jai Sitaram.
Okay. Sitaram.
You know, I do hope somebody who calls in who
Yeah,
lost a
is
loved
there
one.
anybody, because I mean, while they're asking about the health, I could
it's
send
great.
you by a resident GP. You know, you want to find out about your health, go by.
Well, how about I do a reading for you about your grandfather who's coming true? You're sad.
My grandfather?
Yes, he was a small, frail, like small shoulders, or he had like a long face, very religious. He's coming through as saying Jai Bhagavan, and he's also like an inspiration to you and to
Yes.
your family. Also, your mother, she's listening, she's watching. Very nice cheeks, very nice lady. And she's also very spiritual as well. Offers water, get up, and she's also a very strong Hanuman devotee as well.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's take this other caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, hi.
I want to get to the program.
Yes, go ahead, please.
Sitaram,
Jai Sitaram there.
I wanted to get in contact with my brother, Ashmid Muhammad. He was murdered.
Okay, your brothers, you said?
One of my brother, he was murdered.
Was he between the age of either 18 to 30 because he looks very young and slim?
He was 42.
But he looks very slim.
He not all as slim and he's not all as fat, but
Right.
he's muscular.
Right, well, muscular, but not heavy set and so on.
No, he was 42 years old.
But are you all Hindus?
Actually, I'm married to a Hindu, so I was christened.
Okay,
But we came from a Muslim home.
okay, because your brother is coming through as saying that he had beard, he had a lot of beard.
Yeah.
Because he's coming through us saying, nobody didn't do anything for me, nobody did enough for me. Did they ever find his the killers?
No, well, the police didn't do anything, but far as we was looking, and the people them that we found out, some of them was murdered, some of them killed themselves, some of them the police shoot up.
Yeah, because this was like a big story. It was like a lot of people involved. Wow, your brother is saying that he cannot find that peace because he's roaming. And I'm sorry to say it like that, but he just needs to go into the light. You all have to pray for him. All right, so whenever you get up, your family gets up on mornings, you must remember him in white light. All he's saying is, I'm so sorry. He says he did a lot of wrong things. And he says he's sorry, he's very sorry. He didn't tell you or tell your family what he was into. All right, do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't want to go into details because it's very intense and also very, very sad. What really happened was really bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want it to really, it's really sad, to start off the morning like that. It's a lot.
Okay, but he was a very good person to wear and to other people too. So.
Oh, he was. And he also, he was a good person. Yes, absolutely. Everyone has some goodness in their heart. But a lot of people looked at him the wrong way, or they robbed him. He was ignorant as well. He's coming through as ignorant. He's saying that he was hasty. He always thought he was right. He'd never listened to anybody.
Is that true?
That's part of, to tell you the truth, and we don't know him like that. He's always a jolly person to us, and we always look up to him because he was always constructive person.
Yeah, well, he's coming through saying just pray for him.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
Take care.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. It's hard, it's difficult when a soul crosses over via murder or suicide. Something that people should never do suicide. A lot of people think of suicide, but when they cross over, that soul crosses over, guess what? It repeats. That is the way they committed the crime, because suicide is like one of the most heinous crimes out there. Once a soul crosses over via suicide, they repeat their actions on the other side. They can never find light, they can never find that peace. They cross over like in blood. It's really, really sad. It's very, very frightening. In fact, I don't like to read for people whose loved one crossed over via suicide, because it's very heart-wrenching. People should think twice before they contemplate suicide. In fact, if anyone out there thinking of suicide, please get help. Don't think it. Don't even attempt it, because it's very difficult.
Let's take this other caller. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Han. Sitaram. Sitaram to Devi and the other guests.
Yeah.
Sitaram there.
Sister Devi, can you tell me about my son and, if possible, my parents and my brother?
Okay, that's a lot.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, that's your whole family, ma'am.
So your son also passed on?
Yes, a car. He was in a car with his friends and another car. They got a bar drive and fell on top of them, on top of their car, crushing all of them.
Was your
one.
son fair-skinned?
Yes.
He was a
He was a little on the dark side. He was born fair, but playing out in the sun.
Okay, well, he's not coming through as dark-skinned. He's coming through as a fierce, good-looking kid.
Very good looking.
Yeah. He says he knows it was difficult. As of course it must be, but he found that happiness. He said it was his time to go and it was
Yes.
meant to go like that.
Yes,
He said he did not suffer.
Good.
When he crossed, it was just like that.
Thank God.
Yeah. Your parents, they're all together. I must tell you, your
Thank
family are all
God,
together. They all
thank
crossed
God.
over to the, they say the boatman comes and takes you.
Thank you.
But your parents,
My brother, he's with them.
you're making me cry. I
don't
know it's
cry.
hard. I know
Don't
it's
cry.
very hard for you. But your son is very happy. And he's also very happy with everything you gave him.
Thank God.
In fact, you gave him even more.
Thank God.
If you were in front of me, I would have given you a hug. And I
Thank
could still give you
I
an
need
energy.
it so bad.
All right.
Tried to get you so many times. Is there anything else I must do for him?
But he
Or for my
doesn't.
parents?
He's talking about a red car. He always wanted a red car. Or he's
No, we
talking,
never bought a car for him.
but he wanted a red car.
Well, he had to learn to keep his seatbelt on, and then maybe we would have brought a car for him, but not just yet.
Yeah, he says, "Mommy, I'm so sorry. You spoke to him about the friends, or they were
Yes.
speeding."
Yes,
And he says he's very, very sorry.
I accept that.
But you didn't do anything wrong. You were a good mom.
Thank God.
And he's very happy with you, and he's hugging you, and he's in your house sometimes. He comes to visit you, and it's very difficult to fall asleep without thinking of him.
Sometimes I imagine I'm dancing with him in the clouds.
And that's exactly how he wants it. That's exactly how he comes through in your dreams as well. And he also takes you. He says, "I take her in my dreams. In her dreams, I take her, and we go for walks. We go to the beach for walks. We go to the park or the savannah for walks." He says, "Mommy, I love you. I love you. Tell everybody I love them."
Thank you. Thank
All right?
you so much.
And he says, "Continue being a sweet mommy." And he loves your cooking. I think he liked pone. He's talking about like either pastries or pone.
Yes, he likes pastries. He likes sweet things.
We all do.
Can you say anything about my parents, my
Yes.
brother?
Well, your parents are with him. They're very happy together. Your mom is dancing. Was she a practicing Hindu?
Not very strong, but they were Hindus.
Well, she's
And they
coming
kept
through
her.
as dancing. She says, she's holding something, but she's saying, "I'm dancing, I'm dancing." She loved a lot of vegetables. She used to eat a lot of
They were
vegetables.
into that business.
Well, that's it, because that's what she's holding, like a baygon in her hand.
Yes, they
But-
both sold these things.
I
Both
think
daddy
that's-
and mommy.
But they are very happy.
Thank God.
And your brother is saying, "Don't forget me," because he
I
had
will.
either liver problems or heart problems.
He had colon
Yeah,
cancer.
because the liver, the colon. He died very young.
Yes, only this year, just the 28th of this month, last month made 2 years.
Yeah. He says, "Don't forget me, don't forget me."
No, every day I offer turban for him.
Yes. But they're all together and they're very, very happy. He says, "Tell them I crossed over." And I
Yes.
crossed over light. I went into the light.
Good.
And
Was there any suffering on the travel?
say that again?
Was there any suffering on their travels?
Absolutely none.
Oh, thank you so much.
None.
Thank God.
As I said, because of your prayers and your devotion, that also helped them to cross over very easily.
Thank you.
You're welcome, dear. Jai
You,
Sitaram.
Jai Sitaram. Bless you.
Bless you, Jai Sitaram, dear.
Thank you.
Let's take two more. We're going to take two more calls on this. 665-6278, and we'll once again Anil advertise the numbers.
No
right?
not a problem.
Let's take this other caller. Hello. Good morning.
Hello, Sitaram to Sister Devi and all of you. I would like to get a reading for my son. He is very sick, and to my mother-in-law and grandfather and grandmother who passed on.
Your son, how old is he?
He's 11.
Wow. Does he suffer from a lot of pain in the head?
Yes.
What did the doctor say it was affecting him?
Well, they only keep saying asthma, and his chest is really paining him a lot. It's about 3 weeks now. I keep taking him to a lot of doctors, and I don't know.
Okay, this is very serious. You need to take him to specialist. I'm not saying it's serious in the terms that he's going to die. Please don't take it that way. All right? But you really need to also do natural remedies like turmeric. You need to have turmeric. He needs to have jeera. He needs to have ginger in his diet. I would recommend an Ayurvedic doctor. I don't know any right now.
The only doctor I really know who is Ayurvedic is Pankaj Naram in the U.S. But he's not here.
You had an Ayurvedic doctor on recently, and I was listening, I was watching, and
Right.
she was very good. You should maybe...
Yes, yeah.
Oh, okay,
Dr. Gitanjali.
This doctor.
The books are available, ma'am, at Prem Singh. But Prem Singh's called me yesterday to tell me that the two books, we did one on the Bhagavad Gita and the other for the kitchen clinic. He said after they appeared on the show, the books have been sold out completely throughout the country.
Okay.
So, ma'am, there are more books that have to come in. Dr. Gitanjali said that it was...
Because honestly, she was very good. And I even made a note to get one of her books as well.
Right.
But where your son is concerned, you really need to get help. You really need to see a specialist and also the Ayurvedic doctor. I would recommend you get a personal reading. Call Brother Anil. We'll set up an appointment for you. We would not take a donation from you for that. And Brother Anil, remember that. And I feel really sorry for your son. His eyes are also giving him trouble?
Yes, his eyes. Yes, he keeps complaining about that.
Yeah, but what I would recommend for now, take some coconut oil, massage it in your hands and the fingertips and massage his head with it. Gently massage.
Okay.
Okay, and maybe hopefully we can meet up. I don't do live programs and so on, but hopefully we can meet up so I can help you with him.
I'm going to put the numbers up on your screen, ma'am,
Okay,
so that you could call, all right?
Yeah, could you tell me about my mother-in-law and my grandfather who passed over? My grandmother is long, it's a long time.
Your mother-in-law used to talk a lot.
Yeah.
She was loud. She used to nag a lot, and she liked singing or she loved music.
Yes.
And your grandfather, he passed on a while back.
Yeah, well, both at on my mother's side and father's side, both sides passed on.
Okay. Well, they're okay. They're all working together. You know, when we leave this planet, that doesn't mean we just leave and we don't have anything to do. Well, they're working. They're doing their stuff, and they're okay.
Okay, then.
All right, Jai Sitaram.
Sitaram.
Take care.
All right. We're going to take one more on this segment. Hello and good morning.
Hello, good morning, and Sitaram.
Sitaram.
Ma'am.
I would like to find out about my 3 daughters. Can I tell you their ages?
Go ahead, please.
One is 11. She's writing SEA next Tuesday. The other is 9. And my little baby, she's just 6 months old.
Okay, the 9-year-old talks a lot, and she's very hyper.
Very much.
But you have very nice kids. The elder one, she's very smart. She wants to become a doctor.
Uh-huh.
Did she tell you she would like to be a doctor when she grows up?
That's the second one, the 9-year-old?
The 11-year-old.
Oh, the 11-year-old. Oh, well, she said she wants to be a teacher, and you would not believe. She said she even wants to be the prime minister.
And believe it when she says it, because she's very smart.
Okay.
The 11-year-old, the 9-year-old, you'll have to be very careful, because she can go astray very easily.
Okay.
With bad company and so on.
Yeah.
And she also have a couple of planets affecting her where she's very lazy.
Uh-huh.
Is she very lazy?
Yes, she is at times.
But she gets away with a lot. She gets away
Very spoiled.
And she's very spoiled, and she answers back. She answers you and your husband
definitely.
back.
My 11-year-old.
She's going to do well.
Okay.
She's very, very smart, but later on you'll have to probably get her glasses, because her eyes, I see a little problems with the eyes, with the computers and so on.
Right.
So you'll have to be, just watch her health. Also with coughing or asthma.
Okay.
All right? But, and the 6-month-old, she'll be fine. Very intelligent also. If you can get her into spiritual work, she's like an indigo child, meaning she's a very high spiritual. The 6-month-old will know things, and she'll be able to do things.
Okay, because
Keep
she
her
was
in that.
born on the first day of Naratam.
Uh-huh.
So I was told that she was born of high spirituality.
Yeah, she's called an indigo child, very high of spiritual nature, We have a couple of those souls coming down to this planet to serve as well, because they're also called light workers. So I would recommend you do some research on that and get her into stuff like that. And you can also go on our Red Chariot page if you want to find out more or ask a question based on that. We'll be more than happy to help.
Okay, no
All right.
problem. I have one more question, if you will permit me.
Sure.
It's my brother-in-law. He died 20 years ago on the 19th of October, 1993.
What did he die from?
A massive heart attack. He was also asthmatic.
He was what?
Asthmatic.
Asthma.
Asthmatic.
Yeah.
Because he got short breath. You know, I'm an empath. Or empathy, meaning I pick up everything the soul went through, or if she calls, I can pick up everything. So he's breathing. He can't breathe. He says, God, my neck was hurting a lot, and I was in a lot of pain. You know, if I had to die, I don't want to die via heart attack. It's very traumatic. He says it was very difficult for him. And now it's okay. He says he's okay. He says, I'm flying. You know, there are a lot of trees where he used to live. Right? He says, I'm always watching the trees and I'm very happy. And there's a smell. That you guys pick up a smell. When he's around, he says you all can sense him.
When he's around, well, this is what his mom says, that she would always see a butterfly.
Yeah, that's what yes. So he's always, you know, he comes around to say hello and to greet you all, you know. The soul,
Yes.
But he's fine. He's okay. Spiritually, the soul crossed over. He's very happy.
Okay. Because
Should I
he
sit
has one
around?
daughter. She is alive. She when he died, she was just 3 years old.
Well, that's why he comes around as well, you know, to keep in touch with them, with her.
Okay.
All right, but he's okay. He says thank you. He says to tell you thank you because you all did everything right for him.
Okay.
And to let the family, his mother, know that they take food out for Pitri Paksh?
Yes,
Yeah.
we do. My husband, which is his youngest brother,
Yeah.
he did everything for him, and every year he makes it a must.
Yes. He says
to
he's
do
talking about the
Pitri
juice.
Paksh offering.
He says don't forget the orange juice. He likes orange juice.
Okay.
So this year you take out some orange juice.
Okay.
All right.
No problem. I took your numbers down.
All right.
We would like to give a donation, a charity.
Yeah.
Thank
Can
you.
you can
So
you
we
do
will
that,
pause.
ma'am?
Yes.
If you could do that in the interest of time here.
we will. Okay, thank
Can you
you.
communicate with them after 8?
Okay, thank
All
you.
right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much. Just before we go, Sister Devi, this building here, this studio. Tell me about this studio and this building. What do
Well-
you sense about wind communications?
Oh, it's very light. It's very, very good. You guys are very fortunate to be working in a vibration like this. The energy is very good. I don't see any entities, you know, like negative energies. I don't see any souls walking around the building. What I see is good vibration. You guys have a lot of, like the energy is like to come and do what you got to do
Yeah.
and leave. But you do it with so much zest.
Yeah.
And so much happiness. Even with you look forward to the morning.
Yeah,
and you
that's-
look
yeah.
forward to interacting with people. And even, you know, the cameramen and so on, they are all okay. I mean, yes, sometimes it's to get off your bed early in the morning. But generally, the energy has excellence. Very, very good. No problems.
Look at Nige.
Yeah, he's a bit lazy.
Nige, you're lazy.
No, he's not. He's just sleeping on himself.
Yeah. No, Nige tends to be like that sometimes in studio. Like, I
No,
wanna
very
thank-
nice guy, though. Very,
Yeah, oh,
very
yeah,
nice. Good energy.
All lovely boys.
Very
all
nice.
great boys. Before we go, once again, remind them about the contact for Red Chariot Foundation.
My personal number is 376-3930. We also
Right.
have Baby Balkaran at 765-5388.
Yeah.
We're on Facebook, Red Chariot Foundation. Please look us up, send us messages. Before we go, I would like to wish my parents a happy anniversary, Mom and Dad. Love you all, and thank you all for the support. My brothers who are watching, all the family members, thanks a lot for the support. It means a lot.
All right. Well, Sister Devi, I want to thank you very much.
Jai Sitaram.
And,
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for making contact with my grandfather. I didn't know he was actually coming through here. We're going to take, remember the numbers are there. Sister Devi, I want to invite you all at Red Chariot Foundation back on. We've got a very popular show here.
Yes.
It's quite wide in terms of viewership. And I'd love you to come back and, of course, to talk to people. Because I think what you're doing is extraordinary and it's great.
Thank you.
The Red
Thank you.
Chariot Foundation.
Thanks a
And
lot.
we want to support you for
really-
what you're doing.
We have to thank
appreciate
RT again, and we have to thank so many other people for making this happen with you, brother.
Yeah.
Really kind. Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. We'll be right back. We're going to talk a little bit about Calabash Alley. It's going to be back on stage soon. Please stay with us.